In the rest of this video, I'm about to share how conventional B2B sales training you've been taught, things like selling value, helping with cost savings, and demonstrating ROI are actually turning off your buyers. And in some cases, and listen, I'm saying this as nicely as I can, making you look like an amateur. If you're a seller with a mid-market or enterprise sales cycle, I'm talking 45 days, 6 months, a year, or longer, then you must understand advanced buyer psychology, how your buyers think, feel, and make decisions at a primitive level while you are running your sales cycle. If you don't, then sellers who do will run circles around you and frankly embarrass you. Most sellers don't understand even a drop of this, and that ignorance leads to one, deals sitting in the same stage for 82 days in your CRM. Two, customers who ghost you so predictably, you could make getting ghosted the most reliable sales stage in your entire sales process. Three, you sitting in a QBR, hemming and hawing as you try to explain why those two deals you forecasted didn't close. Again, it leads to missing your number, frequent job switching, pips, and sometimes termination. But once you figure out the new strategy I'm going to tell you about, you'll know exactly why some buyers don't keep their promises, why they share pain with you, tell you they need a solution, get all hyped up about solving a problem, then stop responding to your calls and emails for 7.5 weeks and ultimately don't make a decision at all. And the best part is, this won't happen to you anymore. You'll laugh while it happens to all of the sellers around you, but you'll have the secrets in your possession. More importantly, you'll understand how to talk to buyers in ways that increase urgency, build trust across your stakeholders, and keep your deals from stalling. Like all sellers, you've been taught traditional sales methodologies that have the seller in mind more than the buyer. Therefore, inconsistent performance is not only uncommon, it's the norm. The good news is none of this is your fault. You've been misinformed by well-intentioned trainers trying their best. The challenge is that all of these sales trainers simply interpret their experiences and teach you why they think they were successful. In other words, none of it is based on research. That's the good news. But here's some bad news. If you don't fix things going forward from here, it is your fault. As Bill Gates said, if you were born poor, it's not your fault, but if you die poor, it is your fault. And that's never been truer for anyone than those in technology sales. Now, there's an interesting story behind the course I'm about to tell you more about. This all began when one man, Colin Kilgour, realized that he had ADHD. That was a shock to him, and it got him thinking. As he reflected with new awareness on how this condition had impacted his life, how it caused him to interpret information and learn things differently than others, he started to wonder if there were universal rules as well as individual differences in how human beings took in information and made decisions. He became obsessed with this concept of how human beings judge, accept, and reject what they're told. He was particularly interested in how this worked in B2B sales since that was his life's work. He found plenty of useful research, very little of which is being used to help sellers close deals. Now, after years of study, trial, and error, he finally took his battle-tested techniques and trained a sales team at Lockheed Martin, a team that sold big, complicated software systems to airports. This team had two things going for them. Their product was the most expensive in the market, and also it lost in head-to-head comparisons with not just one, but several cheaper competitors. In other words, they were competing with not one, but several cheaper products for the few large contracts up for grabs in the market at any given time. So how would you like to go to battle in that selling environment every day? Now, here's a plot twist. The leader of this team was a man named John Bissett. Column's work with John's team so utterly changed the outcomes of the team and so utterly changed the way they sold that John left his job and joined Column to teach other mid-market and enterprise sellers these powerhouse techniques. Now, you already know this by now, but Colin and John are the instructors for this course, and they're going to reveal every secret they have to help you kill the maybe and stop deals from dying in no decision once and for all. So with Colin and John introduced, let me tell you a little more about this course as someone who's gotten to know them. First, let me tell you who this course is not for. This is not your course if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. Even though you can get results fast from this course, it's going to take work. You'll need to build new skills and habits based on what you learn. If you follow the success path Colin and John lay out in the course, you're guaranteed to make it happen. But I have to warn you, it's not easy. Simple, yes, but easy, no. You'll have to burn mental calories, no way around that. This is also not your course if you sell transactional deals. While this course isn't exclusively for mega complex deal sellers, it's certainly not for simple transactions. That's for the simple reason that buyers don't feel fear, they aren't afraid of messing up, and they're not worried about being fired if they're buying something small and simple. A good rule of thumb is that this course is only for you if your sales cycle is at least 1 month long and involves multiple stakeholders. In other words, this is for mid-market and enterprise technology salespeople. And finally, this course isn't for you if you're dogmatic about conventional sales tactics. The techniques in this course are anything but conventional. Hell, some of them fly in the face of most conventional sales training. So if you're not ready to set aside what you already think you know about B2B sales success, not just ordinary success, but extraordinary, unreasonable amounts of sales success, then this isn't for you, plain and simple. So now that you know who this course is not for, you should know by now whether or not it's for you. So let me stop and challenge you now that I've gotten you up to speed. The reason mid-market and enterprise sellers are lining up to join this course in droves is because it's unreasonable. What I mean by that is it doesn't lead to reasonable amounts of success. If you master the techniques in this course, it leads to unreasonable amounts of sales success. So failing to opt into this course, while so many others are choosing to opt in, means opting out of the opportunity to move up the leaderboard with consistently high performance, the kind that earns you President's Club banquet awards so consistently that people are sick of seeing you on stage. Failing to opt into this course alongside so many others means saying no to the peace of mind and confidence knowing you can crush it in the job you have now. Opting out means saying no to the security of knowing you can get any tech sales role at any time and crush it there as well. If you're like most sellers, you lose 50, 60% or more of your pipeline to no decision. And while most sales methodologies focus on what you should do as a seller, they miss understanding how to harness your buyer's mind and emotions to close more deals. Now, this big chunk of your pipeline doesn't close for one of two reasons. First, maybe they don't belong in your pipeline at all. But because you didn't deliver a narrative to your buyers in a way that triggered powerful buying emotions, they decided to stick with the status quo. And there they sit, clogging up your CRM, making you look bad. Second, they actually do belong in your pipeline, but your vanilla sales tactics failed to trigger their bias for action. The boredom they feel when speaking with you leads to the decision to do nothing. It's not that they're resistant to moving forward. It's that they're bored with the possibility and that there's just too much to lose to risk it. So they convince themselves that there are other higher priority issues to solve, which means some other seller is bagging their budget while you're left with a disappointing paycheck. What Colin and John will teach you in this course has nothing to do with an empty sales process. It has nothing to do with telling you what to do without telling you how to do it. It has everything to do with exact words, messages, and narrative structures, the kind that ignite irresistible desire and powerful emotions that lead your buyers to buy so you can get paid. You see, you don't play the sales game inside your CRM. You play it with other people, the people that have your future commission checks, and those people decide whether you get paid or not. So, If you think you can follow an empty checklist sales process and ignore the emotions or lack thereof of your customers, your selling career will always feel like a struggle to make your way. On the other hand, when you get this stuff right, which you're guaranteed to do if you join the course complete with step-by-step exercises, then you'll finally understand what it feels like to bring a flamethrower to a stick fight. You'll finally understand what it feels like to condense a decade's worth of income into a year. You'll finally feel what it feels like to enjoy the hell out of your sales career, untethered by the constant worry of making your number. Just blissful peace of mind, as if you were watching crisp autumn leaves flutter to the ground without a care in the world. But I do have two warnings for you. First, this is not a course about being nice. This is not a course for those who are desperate to not offend others. If that's you, you should stop this video now and X out of this screen immediately. Run far away from this course. You'll be much happier without it if that's you. Because one of the universal laws you'll learn in this course is this: if you're going to shake your buyers out of their status quo, if you're going to move them to action, then you've got to be willing to say things that might just offend someone somewhere every now and then. As a side note, if you haven't offended somebody by noon each day, you probably aren't pushing the envelope enough, but that's a lesson for another day. Now, here's my second warning. I'm including over $3,000 worth of bonuses for the first few days this course is on the market, which starts August 24th at 8 a.m. Pacific this Thursday. Bonus number one, you'll be able to snag the course at a 40% discount. Bonus number two, you'll get the Urgency Blueprint mini course for free. In this mini course, you'll learn the full negative impact method of asking urgency creating sales questions. You'll learn how and why to ask questions that amplify your buyer's urgency, and you'll get to steal word-for-word phrases, questions, and techniques proven to increase urgency and the desire to buy. The total value for this mini course could easily be $197, and you get it free with your purchase of Killing the Maybe if you enroll during our early bird window. Bonus three, you get the 9-figure cold email templates for free with purchase. The reason I'm including these is some of you might be thinking, this course looks great, Chris, if only I had enough pipeline to use it. My pipeline is a ghost town. So let me solve that for you. Included as a bonus, you'll get 3 cold email templates that have collectively generated 9 figures in outbound pipeline. Again, the total value of these battle-tested templates is $197. You'll get them included if you enroll within the early bird window, which starts Thursday, August 24th at 8 a.m. Pacific. Now you'll be able to fill your funnel with qualified buyers and get them to act using the techniques you learn in Killing the Maybe. Bonus 4, included for free, you'll get not one, but 2 versions of the $100 million sales deck. These are the exact sales deck templates I use to drive over $100 million worth of ARR. You'll get 2 separate examples plus a free bonus training video explaining exactly how they work. The value of these templates could easily exceed $10,000. I'm including them for free so that we solve your problem with such overwhelming force, you can leave a life of struggling in sales behind you for good. But if you're still with me by now, if you're willing to do what others won't so you can live a life like others can't, then you've got the ride of your life waiting for you just a click or two away from here when we open up on Thursday. In fact, within the first few minutes of training in the course, you'll understand the types of messages and word choices that are 22 times more memorable. 22 times. Not 2 times, not 3 times, but 22 times more memorable. Translation, 22 times more influential. So if you're still watching this, then I know you are looking for more. Maybe you're struggling and you're looking for your first taste of real success. Or maybe you're already doing well, but you always thought you'd be further ahead in life by now. The only person I'm not speaking to at this point is those that are completely content completely comfortable, not striving at all. So you have two choices right now. You can step into this course once it opens on Thursday, follow the success path John and Colum have laid out for you, and learn how to systematically dismantle your buyer's status quo so there is no other rational option than to move forward. Or you can continue doing what you've always done and expect to get something different, hoping that if you work harder, increase your hours from 50 a week to 65, and do more of what's not working, things will somehow change. I've been there before, and let me tell you this, you are not hard work away from your dream life, and you're not years away from your dream life. In fact, I want you to imagine your hopes and dreams for a second, the things that inspired you to get into sales to begin with. Maybe it's a big, beautiful home stocked with a garage full of Teslas and Porsches. Maybe it's taking your family on exotic and tropical vacations 4 times a year, swimming with dolphins and letting your eyes flutter as you fall asleep to your mid-morning nap, pina colada in hand. Or maybe it's just having enough cash coming in the door that you don't have to worry about how you're going to pay for a car fix if it happens to break down. You can simply write a check and move on to eating your cheeseburger as if nothing even happened. Got your dreams in mind? Great. Now realize this. Those dreams aren't years away from you. They're skills away from you. You can collapse the time it takes to get to that dream life by acquiring the skills your dreams demand. And I can tell you this, if you're a mid-market or enterprise tech seller, the skills you'll learn in this course are the most important skills you need to get to where you're going. So I hope the choice is clear. What Colum and John teach in this course has helped a team go from 20% conversion on first to second meetings to 60%. It's helped utterly transform the conversation sellers have with buyers across dozens of tech companies across the globe, and it will do the same for you. If you enroll when we open at 8 a.m. Pacific on Thursday and apply exactly what they teach you step by step, you'll get to know what it feels like to collapse a decade into a year. Now, if it feels like I'm pushing a little bit here, it's because I am. A mentor of mine once taught me, if you know what you sell can change lives, then close like a vice grip. So here we are, but try as I might, I can't do your push-ups for you. The rest of it is up to you. I've already made my 7-figure W-2, and I'm hoping the same can happen for you, but you're the one to make it happen from here. I've played my role in your success. It's time for you to play yours. So mark your calendar for the release of this course. I'll be sending you an email Thursday at 8 a.m. when we open. Once you join, you'll be taken to the members-only private portal for you to immediately start learning. You'll notice how affordable the course is. We aren't charging 6 figures like most sales training programs, and we aren't charging thousands of dollars like most sales courses, which are really just webinars cloaked as courses. Nope, for just a few $100s, the same cost as a fun night out on the town, you can transform your selling skills and make so much money that spending a night on the town feels as cheap as buying a stick of gum at the gas station. So get ready, mark your calendar, get instant access on Thursday when we open, and I'll see you on the other side of Killing the Maybe.